I used to poop regularly, and now my whole body's messed up. I don't know when to sleep. I don't know when to crap. I used to crap in the morning.
Clockwork?
Like clockwork. I would wake up around 7 o'clock, 3 dumps within 15 minutes, done for the day. Done. Now I'm dumping at 5 in the afternoon. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night.
Your schedule's all screwed up.
Some days I go 2 or 3 days without even dumping. The sleep pattern's ridiculous.
You gotta have some of those smoothies.
I'm working on it, man.
That'll definitely loosen you up.
I'm actually going to the doctor today because I can't take it anymore. I'm heading out to Long Island. I'm going to the doctor.
Really?
Oh man, I got to start dumping regularly again.
And he might.
Whatever, dude. Whatever he has to do.
The old digit. And the pipe.
I don't care if he has to strap on a freaking plastic glove, man. Just take care of the problem. Take care of it.
Fix it.
I mean, I would love to tell you what comes out of me. It's ridiculous. Floaters. I haven't had a mushy one in months.
God, stop it.
And then I'll wake up today at 3 in the morning. It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I used to be such a regular dude, man. I used to go to bed at the same time, get up. Everything was fine.
This lifestyle, it's impossible to get used to. And like I said, 5:30, I was asleep by 6. And then the problem with that is you will wake up. I will not be able to sleep from 6 o'clock at night all the way through till 4:15 or whatever the hell time I'm getting up. So 2 times during the night I woke up. And you have to try. It's so hard, but you got to try to stay in the zone, in the sleep zone. You can't be distracted by what's on the television if that's on. You can't start thinking about something. I can't glance over to the laptop and think, a couple of hands of poker or something like that. You got to stay half asleep and just go, all right, you're awake, but just go back to sleep. Don't get into the awake mode.
You tell the truth, man, because I wake up in the middle of the night to take leaks sometimes.
Yeah.
And I make sure I don't open my eyes all the way. I just keep them barely open. I have dimmers, so I keep it, I don't turn on.
Dark.
Yeah, I don't turn any lights on, and I'm just feeling around for the bowl. I'm like, all right, you're actually still sleeping.
Right. I'm still asleep.
Don't think about the show. Don't do anything else.
Don't open your eyes wide. Don't turn on the lights.
Don't see what's in the refrigerator.
No.
Leak and stumble back into bed.
And then you get back into bed and you're like, I did it. Okay, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'll be able to get back to sleep. It's a chore. This lifestyle is a chore.
I think it'll get better, though.
I don't think so.
We're still very early into this damn thing,
I don't think so.
We'll see.
You know what it is? There's no consistency. If there was some kind of consistency where I was actually going to sleep the same time and I wake up at the same time, but going to sleep the same time every night, it's one thing. But I'll go to sleep, after midnight sometimes or midnight, and that's awful. You wake up and you're just shot, and then do that for a couple of days, you're completely exhausted, and then you're asleep by 6 o'clock at night. So it screws everything up, and I bet that's a big part of your physical problem.
Well, I'll find out today. I'll have a full report on Monday. A full effing report. I don't care what the guy does.
Doctor's going to get the stink finger.
Honestly, guy, I don't care, dude. At this point, do what you have to, man. Violate me. I don't care.
The last time...
I just don't care.
I don't care.
Stop it.
My jokes don't go over. I don't care.
Oh, my God. He's doing it forever.
I don't care.
The last time I got the digit...
I never got the digit.
It was when I was a little kid. I was at the Neverland Ranch, and I was on the merry-go-round. No, I must have been, I probably ate a big thing of bubble gum and swallowed it or something, and I was all backed up, and the pediatrician, Dr. Fuchs, this German woman, gave me this suppository, and I was, I guess, 7 years old. Pin me down, loop it up, and... it was a 7-year-old kid. It was a horror show. I'm like, ah! It felt like, you can imagine what goes on at the Jackson Ranch over there. But it was horrified. And then a couple of hours later, just, did something that should not come out of a 7-year-old. It's like the Hindenburg in the toilet.
That's funny, man.
But that was it,
Yeah.
And I know the second I go to a doctor for a checkup or something, it's going to be the old rubber glove and
Do we have Brother Joe's pipe song?
the pipe. Where is the pipe?
I'm starting to think I might be heading for the pipe.
If you're backed up like that, you're probably a candidate for the pipe. They're going to want to see that little habit trail of intestines and see what the hell goes on in there. And the only way they could do that is snake it in. Get the snake. I was doing an air conditioning job, and I used to do air conditioning and heating, and it was at a doctor's office that did these pipe examinations, and I had to change a grill in the examination room. And I go in there, and there's this big glass tube, a glass cylinder, and inside the fluid is the pipe that they use. And it's just this long, and it had joints on it. I swear it looked like something out of Alien. Like when they go into the lab in the movie Alien, and there's an alien inside the glass tube.
Yeah,
that's
specimen.
exactly what it looked like. And I'm looking at it like, it's just a horror. How do you walk in there?
That's classic.
But now I hear they just shoot you up with so much like stuff that you're just sure doc, deeper. Yeah, that thing ain't fat enough, doc.
Well, my family.
Maybe some crystal meth.
Go ahead. Well, my family, I mean, they're all sick, man. I mean, my brothers, they're twisted. Like, when they get these minor procedures, my brother had, like, some kind of crazy foot surgery where they had to split his toe and, I don't know, some crazy surgery where I think he broke his bone and then it didn't grow back right, so they had to re-break it and cut his bone. And it was pretty involved. But he wanted to stay awake for the whole damn thing and watch the doctor.
What, is he insane?
So he did. And then my other brother, he went in for the pipe.
Ooh.
And he wanted to watch the procedure as well.
Watch it?
Yeah. My brothers are all about watching their medical procedures.
Oh, because they got a TV screen.
Yeah. So
and they watch it snake up there?
And well, my brother, he was watching, and then all of a sudden he started screaming, and then the doctor said exactly what you just said.
Screaming?
Oh, yeah. It's like, more medication. More medication for him. Numb him up more.
Because of the pain?
Yeah.
Ow, I'm feeling woozy.
But I've heard they use, like, smaller instruments these days.
Do they? Well, you got to figure.
Hey, dude, it's like cell phones, man.
It's got to get smaller.
I guarantee there was a day where, men had to get the pipe, and it was as big as a fist.
That big old cell phone in your vehicle?
Just imagine, the first cell phones you got, and compare it to probably with the size of the pipe they had to use, and now we're down to smaller cell phones.
Oh,
thank
real
God.
small. Yeah.
So you got to think the technology on the pipe is heading the same way. Everything is getting smaller.
I'll opt for a bigger cell phone if they use their energies to making the pipe smaller. But that's a great point. You think back at that huge cell phone you used to have, the thing that was like a brick.
Oh yeah.
And you'd pop the mouthpiece thing down and dial it. It was really big. Yeah, now, you get the little clamshell phone. Hopefully the pipe, the same thing.
I think the same
thing doesn't have to be so big, does it?
I think the technology is helping out the pipe as well as the cell phone industry.
I think the problem was that the camera had to be big.
Yeah.
And the wires and everything. And
dude, it was probably like a camcorder on the end of a fist. That was probably the first pipe.
Like the camcorders they used to use when they were taping America's Funniest Home Video segments at home. Rests on your shoulder. Now, you could get lipstick cams that fit on the visors of vehicles for doing like taxi cab confessions and things like that. Sure, they're really small. They got little pinhole cameras. Right. You could just pop a pinhole in a wall and put it in there in dressing rooms and bathrooms of high schools.
But I bet you when my dad was getting the pipe, it was as big as this Starbucks cup.
Starbucks cup. Big lens at the end that they gotta clean up with Windex when it comes out. Whoa. Well, let's look in there. A bit nasty picture.
It's just a thought because my brother said that the doctor said they're finally getting smaller. But, so that made me think, oh, my God, there was a time that this was really bad.
Wow.
Really bad.
Looked like old kinescopes from the 40s. Your Hit Parade or whatever shows those were. All nasty, but now it's, crystal clear color pictures of your colon.
Yeah, there you have it.
Through a really tiny camera. Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of a positive to the whole thing if you need to get the pipe.
Your brother listens every day, right? Brother Joe?
I think to the replay. He's in Puerto Rico, though.
Oh.
They're gigging in Puerto Rico. He got a gig at the Hard Rock in Puerto Rico.
Wow, that's
with
cool.
The U2 band.
Nice. Yeah, his U2 band is just ridiculously
They're getting
good.
calls from everywhere. The guy travels more than we do. The guy's all over. He was in Colorado playing ski resorts in Colorado.
Do we have his YouTube demo?
I don't know where
Eric
that
ran
would be.
out of the studio.
But yeah, it's really good.
Well, I asked because Brother Joe, has a lot of great songs that we play on the show.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the pipe song anymore.
Ah.
Another thing we lost when we were kicked out of our office.
We'll get it because
at NEW.
He keeps everything, so I'm sure he's got another copy.
Incidentally, there are pills you can swallow for that stuff with cameras in them now that photograph every inch of your intestine.
Stop it.
No, I'm not kidding.
Stop
NASA's working on it for little disease prevention for astronauts who are gone for a long
little
time.
pill with a camera in it.
And they photograph every inch. It sends into a computer through your colon and your intestines, and then you evacuate it.
I would love to see you evacuate it, and then the last picture you see is Norton's smiling face. The camera resting on his chest in a little turd tripod. Wow, science. That is fantastic.
Hey, let's continue the duty talk. Well, maybe not, because today's problem is the mouse will not answer the...
Hello!
Don't want to bitch anybody.
No.
God forbid we bitch, but
no bitching.
The mouse does not answer the phones today.
Oh, it isn't? Well, thank God we have the backup buttons.
That's today's problem.
Are you on that mouse thing? Where, you got your buttons underneath?
Let's try it.
Yeah, I can't hear you guys. But anyway, hey, look, you guys better be glad you're not Paris, because when my boy was 3 years old, I had to bend him over in half and pull a 3-inch wide log and about 7 inches long out of his ass.
Yeah, that's all I was doing at Neverland. They were a little irregular from their cancer medication.
I got to tell you. We were listening to some more Micheal Jackson audio in the office before the show
today. Who can get enough of that?
With that dude. What's his name, man?
Which one?
The guy that started it all. The documentary film maker
Bashir.
Who?
Bashir.
Yeah. I guess, he's got a new version or something that's out there? Steve's going through the audio right now.
Yep.
And I was talking to Anthony about this whole thing, man. At first, I really believed that he was completely innocent, Micheal Jackson. I really did.
You did?
I just thought that he just lives on another plane, man, another planet. He was just so famous and had so many people around him and had such a weird life growing up. It was just his way of maybe having a childhood. You've heard that theory by now, right?
Yeah.
But now all these allegations are coming out and stuff, and it's like, and everything here is creepy. It's the Jesus juice. It's Macaulay Culkin. He saw Home Alone and thought Macaulay Culkin was an interesting actor, so wanted to...
Interesting actor.
Or whatever he said. I want to meet this kid, and he brought him to Neverland, and Corey Feldman, But I was telling Anthony that they don't have that Mac Daddy of evidence, that one thing that's going to make everyone go, holy mother of God, this guy is so guilty.
Yeah.
It's all like weird things, but they don't have that one thing where a boy's going to come forward and say, no, he
Well, they do.
Me.
They do have that. They have some pretty damning testimony from a couple of children that said that there was mutual masturbation. There was oral sex. He performed oral sex on the kids. Ooh. Yeah, stuff like that. But the credibility factor.
Well, the one family, the credibility is a little strange.
Right, because so much money was given to
Doesn't
him.
mean it didn't happen. I understand that, but when you're going through the court system, that's a biggie.
Yeah, the credibility.
Because people with bad credibility, they're not respected.
Well, that's the defense's job in this case, is going to be to discredit every witness that comes forward and make people like you, make the jury think like you're thinking. Like, even though there is evidence out there, make them think there's no evidence. This is all circumstantial. There's no real home run piece of evidence here. But meanwhile, everything added together is the home run,
Yeah.
Because it's rare that you do get that one piece of evidence, that TV show evidence where you come bursting through the courtroom doors and, here you go, Your Honor.
Yeah,
and, he's guilty, And the guy gets up on the stand. He's up on the stand, and because he sees the evidence, he has to confess in front of everybody. All right, I did it. And I'm glad about it. It never happens that way.
Are you talking about Colombo?
Colombo is the best.
Recipe for murder.
I just saw the Colombo episode just a couple of days ago with Johnny Cash. That's a good one. Oh, I love that one, where he's the pilot.
I remember that one.
He's flying to a gig from another gig, and he wants to kill, I guess, his wife and some other woman. So he drugs them, and then jumps out of the plane with a parachute, like this homemade parachute, in his navigation chart bag. and hits the ground, breaks his leg. The plane crashes, kills the 2 people. And then he goes about his business like it was just a plane crash. Oops. What are you going to do? But Colombo finds out that he was a parachute loader in the Army, and he made a parachute out of this material and the whole thing. But the big gag was they couldn't find the parachute that he used. So Colombo sets up Johnny Cash and makes a phone call in front of Johnny Cash saying, well, we're going to have to look for the thermos that was in the plane because that contained the drugs that the 2 women were drugged with. So we'll send out a bunch of people to search. We're going to search the grounds of the plane crash and try to find this thermos. Meanwhile, Johnny Cash hid the parachute in those woods. He was afraid they were going to find the parachute, and then the jig's up. So he goes to find the parachute, and Columbo's waiting for him.
He's just
sitting there waiting.
So Colombo knows.
Colombo knew. He's sitting there.
Always knew, man.
So as Johnny Cash is walking back to his car holding the parachute, Columbo's by his car and turns the headlights on, and there's Johnny Cash in the headlights holding the evidence. Everything's like right there.
Crystal clear.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Dead to rights. And then there's no handcuffs ever involved. Colombo then gets into Johnny Cash's car,
right?
Opens the passenger door. Johnny Cash sits down, turns on the radio. Johnny Cash's song is playing, and he's like, I think somebody that makes music like this can't be all that bad. And he drives him to jail. It's wonderful.
That's how it should work.
That's how everything works. No one ever tries
world.
to run from Colombo.
Yeah.
Hey, get back here. Right. You never see him running through the woods or anything. I watch cops. They're all running. No one ever runs from Colombo.
Never.
Colombo could have the flimsiest piece of evidence, too, and the people are just like, all right, Lieutenant, you've got me. I did kill her, but I had to. Yeah, all right. You found what? A cigarette butt in an ashtray that wasn't the brand that he smoked. Like the flimsiest piece of evidence.
And you never see Colombo yanking out a plunger and attacking a Haitian.
Sinking it deep, yeah.
All right, the phones have exploded. Oh, now they're working. Thank you. Tom, what's going on?
He doesn't mean it's a lot of calls. They literally exploded, and we needed them fixed immediately.
Yeah.
Washington, our phones exploded.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, morning, fellas.
Morning.
Hey, man.
Hey, I want to let you know that you don't need a doctor for your problem. A couple of squats on the anal destroyer will take care of your problem right away.
Oh, the anal destroyer.
Punch it out.
The good old anal destroyer.
Anal destroyer.
Rears its ugly head again.
They sure give them interesting names.
Ben in Boston, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Aren't you supposed to be producing the show? That old gag.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What do you got there, sir?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
So I used to be a drug rep, and I used to sell the stuff that you had to take to clean you up so they could go in and get a nice look-see.
Yeah.
And one of the docs, was complaining that the stuff didn't work. So he's like, oh, come on in and watch this procedure. So it's I'm wearing a wool suit. I'm sitting there in a hot procedure room. There's a big fat towel on the table. The doctor's sliding this 6-foot-long thing, up the track. And the woman was pretty whacked out on meds. All of a sudden, she stands up on the table with the scope in her, starts screaming like an elephant.
Here we go.
I'm teetering in the back of the room. Next thing you know, I'm down on the ground, out cold, and I can, in the distance, hear this woman screaming like an elephant. It was awful.
No, I guess not.
Oh, why were you out cold?
Oh, just, the heat.
Look at us, we're all waiting
what
for
was
it.
going on. It was just nasty. The problem with those scopes is they don't just have a camera in there. They've got like a vacuum, and you can slide stuff down there to remove polyps.
Yeah,
it's
a whole thing.
And they got some kind of metal claw so they can grab things.
It's like Ralph Cramden's handy kitchen helper. Got everything on there.
Do they drug you for that? Like, are you out, or are you just like
Valium?
Yeah.
They give you like liquid Valium intravenous.
Oh yeah,
and you are like,
you're not even allowed to leave the hospital by yourself anymore.
What, when they give you a test like that?
Yeah, I had to pick up my brother.
Yeah, the pipe now they give you all kinds of drugs.
I had to pick him up.
It does.
And watch him for like 3 hours.
They have all kinds of other things in there too, so you can make it turn corners and stuff. It's like got joints on it.
I'm telling you, go to Natural Alternatives and get the colonics, man. They work.
Right. Yeah, but if something's in there that's like a tumor.
Oh, no, you got to go to a doctor too. But I'm saying colonics.
All right, let's go to Jim in Massachusetts.
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey.
Opie, I just want to tell you, don't go on to anything like WebID and look it up because it'll just drive you mad. Go to the doc and check it out. I actually had to go they had to check my prostate, but they had to go on the inside to check it. So I got this transrectal ultrasound where they stick this pipe up your ass and move it all around.
I'm listening.
All right, I can barely hear you guys. Sorry.
All right.
And it's the worst because she's like, okay, you need to relax. I'm like, you got something up my ass. I can't relax here.
It's a hard, relaxing time. You got something up
Yeah,
your
definitely
ass.
not relax. But don't try to investigate this stuff yourself on the web. Just go to the doctor because you'll drive yourself crazy. And, hey, I'm punching out.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Mike the trucker. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Hey, little Jimmy.
Hey, fella.
Hey, you ever going to get your way up to Minnesota, do a show?
Eventually I'll get out there, yeah, sure. We haven't been on there that long, but...
Minnesota.
Yeah, I'd like to get out there.
Any comedy clubs in Minnesota?
Yeah, there's Minneapolis, actually a good comedy city,
okay.
so maybe around September.
I never
or something.
think about Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Sure.
You know, I never think there's cities there. I just see plains
Hey,
and snow.
Isn't that where WKHT is?
Oh, is it?
I don't know. Is that where was Mary Tyler Moore shot?
Oh, Minneapolis. Very good.
I don't know if KH2 is right.
Yo, what's up? Yeah, go ahead. I had to tell Eric something. What?
Yeah, when you go to the doctor, he's going to probably send you right to the gastroenterologist and ask him, instead of doing the old tube up the wazoo, have him do the virtual colonoscopy. It's almost like X-ray, but they probably won't because they'll say, oh, you get a better look when you do the virtual thing. I get them once a year, and boy, that sucks.
All right, thank you.
And there's one other thing that what's worse is when you got kidney stones and they put a stent in, and they take this long lighted scope up your dick and start slowly pulling it out.
Stop.
And
Oh, my God, I'm going to
they
throw
won't
up.
put you under either. They'll shoot an Novocaine in the tip of your dick.
Ow.
And then there's a long scope about maybe 3 feet long. It's just water out there. It goes up there and take a deep breath, and all of a sudden he pulls it in and whoop, grips it right out, and the stent's about a foot long of rubber.
Stop it! Shut up! Stop it!
The point.
Shut up! Shut the fuck! You're all right.
Ow.
Quiet.
All right, I was ready to move on, but we have to go to Scott in Jersey because he got the scope with no meds 20 years ago.
What does that look like? Oh.
Hey, Scott.
Hello, exactly. Listen,
20 years ago, no meds?
absolutely, man. I've never forgotten about it. It was the worst prison sex I ever had.
It must have been like a telescope from a submarine.
Dude, that was 84. It's not like it was 1968. 84
Yeah,
was
they've
pretty...
come leaps and bounds.
No,
though,
no,
with
no,
small
no. Dude.
Miniaturization.
Let's go back to our theory. Think about what kind of phones we were using in 84.
84.
No, but I mean the meds. No meds. Why no meds for that?
Yeah, I know. They
Jimmy,
probably
it was
figured
sick.
it ain't going to do any difference. It ain't going to make a difference if we give him meds or not. He's going to feel this one for a week. They hadn't figured out it's better to make it round. It was probably square. If we make that round, it'll probably fit a little easier, and those corners wouldn't scrape so much. Oh, round. The round one came out in 85.
It should be flexible because the original was just straight and you had to force it.
It's like a fence post.
Yeah, sometimes when you look at old technology and now that having the knowledge we have today, you're like, how stupid were you guys back then?
It's a fence post with a Vivitar duct taped to the tip.
It was rigid.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Rigid, right?
And how did that feel?
Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me?
Great.
First, I walked in, and they had the flexible one on it looked like a long 3-foot borescope. And, of course, this was in the Navy, so they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. The doctor walked in and said, "What is that?" to the corpsman standing there. He said, "That's the borescope." He said, "No, get me the rigid one."
That's
and then they put a leather strap in my teeth and went at it.
They did not.
Century.
They didn't put a leather strap in your mouth, did they?
Opie, are you? I am absolutely telling the truth. They put a leather
They gave him a
pipe
shot of
down
whiskey.
big
Toughen up,
in
kid.
my mouth. This is the Navy, for Christ's sake.
Oh, that's amazing. Stupid Martini Steve is coming in giving me advice on my dumps.
Yeah, Steve had all kinds of medical advice for you during the break.
He was asking me about my dumps, and I go, my dumps are so hard.
How hard are they?
I was telling Jimmy, you know, because Anthony does not like to hear about this stuff, but Jimmy's like, tell me more. I go, Jimmy, you know, when you're, you know, sometimes you take a dump and it kind of just slithers into the bowl and you don't even hear anything.
Oh, like an anaconda going through the water.
Exactly. Looking for Jennifer Lopez.
Barely hear it, but it's there.
Where's Ice Cube? But my duties are so hard, it's like a belly flop, man. The splash these things make when it hits the bowl from only, 6 inches high.
It's like you're on a bidet.
Oh, it's ridiculous, the splash I get, because they're just hard as a rock. So Steve's like, well, that means you have too much protein. You're eating too much protein. You eat a lot of egg whites, which I do.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is the deal? The protein?
I was talking to my trainer the other day, and he said that...
What happened? Go ahead, Steve.
Talking to my trainer, I explained I had the exact same problem where I just was going 2.5 days, no dumping whatsoever.
And did it start when we started this new schedule?
Yeah, it's a combination of the different eating habits and the weird sleep schedule. I'm doing about 10, 11 egg whites a day now, and it's too much protein, and I'm not doing enough fiber, I'm not doing enough roughage, and it just binds you up completely.
Look how much weight Steve's lost.
Yes.
Like you could tell he's wearing a very form-fitting black shirt today.
I'm sweating my ass off. That's why I'm doing it.
Could it be because your stomach got tied, too? Because his system is like a Wonka machine. Like you throw in 50 pounds and you hear like a plink and a little piece comes out.
That has something to do with it, yeah. But this is not uncommon, apparently.
That's hilarious.
Wonka machine.
Oh,
yeah,
bravo.
the surgery certainly didn't help the process, but having that much protein and you know, just chicken breasts and all this stuff, it binds you up completely, and you get constipated. And you can tell that you start to eat, and what happens after, it just gets toxic in your body, and you start to just feel nauseous, and you can't. So what I've been doing now is I've been taking Metamucil tablets, 6 of them a day, to try to combat the fact that I'm eating so many egg whites and so much protein.
Stop it! Shut up! Stop it!
All right.
You know what the most fun for me when I got my colonics was? Because you can watch it down a little glass tube. Was watching little pieces of feta cheese go by.
You did not.
Oh, yes, I did. It could only be feta cheese, that awful little white.
Why would there be a glass tube that you can then watch?
I don't know. It's kind of like why not? It's like an aquarium for your logs.
It's like that Tool sober video. That little animated creatures pushing the crap down the tube.
Hey, Mudflap, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, Opie, don't worry about it. Maybe it's just something small like a piece of marshmallow from the old days.
All right, Mudflap. Jesus. Jesus, Mudflap. Help me out here.
Might be sticky.
All right, thank you, Steve. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's wonderful.
Martini Steve with a little bit of medical advice there. Metamucil. Ugh. What the hell happened? What happened to this goddamn show?
No more lesbians. No, we'll just talk about dumps.
We
And
used to talk about chicks, and
We definitely need to bring the chick factor back onto the show.
what's the pipe and stuff. What happened?
I like the new direction of the radio program, but we definitely need to bring back some of the hotness.
The debauchery.
We need a little hotness. We need some, dare I say, stunts.
Yes.
Not crazy stunts that are going to get us fired again, but some kind of stunt.
Absolutely.
You know, we're developing this new show and having a good time with it, but, you know, we got to bring the hotness back. Rita from Staten Island. Rita.
Oh, a girl.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Rita. How are
Hi.
you?
I can barely hear you guys.
Barely hear us. Everyone can barely hear
I
us.
can hear you now.
Now you can hear us.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
yeah, we hear you.
Very
All
good.
right.
Let's go, Rita.
I need to know where I can get a high colonic. I've been looking for years.
Natural Alternatives is the place on 72nd that I've gone to. Now
That's in Manhattan?
yes.
Why do you need a colonic, Rita?
Because I, too, am constipated constantly.
Oof.
Ew, we don't want to
Girly
hear about
constipation.
A girl being... You expect it from a guy.
What do you sit there all straining, veins popping out of your forehead?
I think it's the medication I'm on. I think it's medication.
Hey, what are you on?
I have seizures.
All right.
That's not funny.
That's terrific.
Oh.
That's terrific. What an enchanting
that's not
dinner
funny.
date you sound like. She starts shaking on the floor, and finally a log pops out, and she wakes up. I'm all right. Take the wallet out of my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be shitting all the time if you're having seizures.
Seizure,
I know,
shake
you
it
think
loose.
it would be, right? No.
What
not like that.
what gives you the
Shake it
seizures
loose.
there, Rita?
Huh?
You got the epilepsy or something?
No, they're little tiny seizures. They're like little partial complex seizures.
What,
I don't
what,
know.
it's not Grand Mal. What's the other kind?
Partial complex.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
And you get those, and you're constipated.
But I've been looking on the internet. I've been looking in the city I live in, everywhere, and I
internet.
can't find where to get them. And I think that's what Opie should get too. I think he'll feel better.
Yeah, it helps.
Everyone knows the internet is for porn,
Right.
not for getting medical advice.
It is?
I think it is.
Yeah, I'll never find it.
I don't know.
how
So
many-
it's called Natural Alternatives.
All right.
Yeah, it's on 72nd Street in Manhattan, and
How
I'm
much
sure there's a
is
lot
it?
of other places too. It's not the only place that's colonics. It's just the place that I heard about.
I can't find anywhere.
Get a hold of yourself.
All right. Thank you, Rita.
All right, thank you.
I need that one highlighted.
Which one?
It used to be highlighted before that we lost my templates twice.
Well, where Ope did she say that she's been looking?
I
I don't know.
I don't know.
have no idea.
It's not on 6, is it?
I don't really listen.
It's like changing the furniture around in a blind person's apartment every week or so.
Yep.
I just find myself smacking my foot into the dresser when I'm looking for a sound clip. Oh, it's 5. There we go. And I used to write things up on the top here. Oh, well. We'll figure it out.
You guys, the latest on Micheal Jackson.
Uh-huh.
It's in. It's on page 6 of the Post. Circles of evidence on Jacko. The most lurid testimony to be heard in Micheal Jackson's looming child molestation trial could concern the bizarre appearance of his penis.
Yes, I heard this on Fox News. They actually gave a disclaimer. Please, parents, use discretion if there's children in the room.
Oh, can we get the audio of them doing the story? Because people expect
segment.
us to talk about it, but to hear this on TV.
Oh, it was on Fox News, and they were like, this is very graphic, and please, if you have any children, send them out of the room.
Private investigator Ernie Rizzo.
Isn't that funny? He's a private investigator, and he's talking about Micheal Jackson's privates.
Who was hired by the family of the boy who accused Jackson of molestation in 1993, predicts that Jackson's latest alleged victim could provide a damning testimony about the pop oddball's uniquely marked manhood. Rizzo, a former Chicago police detective, who has seen photographs of Jackson's genitals taken by cops in 1993, claims that because Jackson bleaches his body twice a week, distinctive markings on his penis are visible.
Distinctive markings.
You ready for this? It looks like a barber's pole.
A barber's pole. It's got rings.
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like. The first kid and all the other kids who have seen his penis know that there are brown circles around it.
Oh.
By the way, why wouldn't you want your kids to hear that description so they know what to look out for? It's like when there's a burglar in the neighborhood.
Yeah, don't let that thing come near you.
Do a sketch of it. If you see this, run for help.
Wow, he's got brown rings around it?
Yeah,
And what caused that?
Let's see. Jackson doesn't have, what's that thing?
Vitiligo?
Vitiligo, thank you. Debbie Rowe got him the bleach because she used to work for the dermatologist.
So he bleaches his whole body?
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then when,
Because he wants to be white.
And people started noticing that, then he said he had that disease.
What a self-hating
Yeah.
psychopath he
No, you
is.
can't blame him for that.
No.
Being white is pretty cool.
It's fun. Thin nose, thin lips.
Okay, so that just kill himself. That's the latest that everyone's talking about the Jackson thing.
Now, he would get in this tub, is what Fox News was saying. He'd get in the tub with this body bleaching stuff and lay down in it. Now, I'm thinking the rings might be from, you ever get in the bathtub and your junk kind of floats and kind of peers its ugly periscope up? So if you don't get the level of the water the exact same every time, it's probably going to bleach different levels of your schlong, different intensities. So, like, you ever go to the beach and you see seaweed washed up in lines on the beach from the way the tide came up? Not exactly the same every time, and, stuff like that. He's got those rings around it. Ring around the peenie.
Now, here's a description.
They served a search warrant on me which allowed them to view and photograph my body, including my penis. Your front private parts, your back private parts, your side private parts.
Side.
It was the most humiliating ordeal of my life.
The most telling mark occurred when Micheal Jackson actually lifted his penis, as if in an aroused state.
When things get aroused, you see the other side, and those were the descriptions that he gave.
I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me. Don't treat me like a criminal, because I am innocent.
According to the lead investigator, the boy's description matched.
We corroborated what the boy has said, and we were able to corroborate that through the photograph of Mr. Jackson.
Oh. So when it's aroused, the underside, you can see some distinctive marks.
See the rings?
Oh.
Oh. Ugh, have some Jesus juice and kiss the rings. Guess how old it is.
I was going to say, maybe there's a ring for each kid that he...
Maybe that's where the rings came from.
Right.
Ooh, that's tight. That's leaving a mark.
He's almost like a tree. You can tell how old the kid is that he's raping by how many rings there are on it. Sexual sociopath.
Count the rings.
Bleaching himself and then raping children. What a lovely human being.
Oh.
Keep sticking up for him, America.
What a freakazoid.
Well, we'll see what happens. Shane from Jersey.
Hey, what's happening, fellas?
What's up, Shane?
Nothing much. I think those rings around the old hogger from nights of crystal meth abuse earlier.
It's not fair that the listeners could get out of a really bad joke or line by doing a Pat from Menachie impression. You should be able to just sit there and feel really uncomfortable.
Suck it up.
You should be able, you should suck it up.
Yep.